Hello students, so today we will do the question and answer of your class 6 NCERT history book chapter 1 what, where, how and when is the name of the chapter. So today we will be doing the question and answer of this chapter. So the very first question is match the following. So number A, Narmada Valley, it matches hunting and gathering. Number B, Magadha, the first big kingdom. Number C, Garo Hills, early agriculture. Number D, Indus and its tributaries, cities about 2500 years ago. Ganga Valley, the first cities. So this is how we matched the following. Moving on to the second question of the chapter. List one major difference between manuscript and inscription. So what is the basic difference between manuscript and inscription? So one difference between manuscript and inscription. Manuscript, the old book written by hands, are called manuscript. They are usually written on palm leaf or on specially prepared bark of a tree known as birch, which grows in the Himalayas. Moving on to the inscription. Inscriptions are written on hard surface such as stone or metal. So this is all about the basic difference between manuscript and inscription. Okay, so moving on to the third question. Return to Rashida's question. Can you think of some answers to it? So in the chapter, in the very beginning of the chapter, you will find a character Rashida. Okay, so she is a character. Actually, something is going on in her mind while reading the chapter. She finds that she thinks that how people comes to know about the things which the people did years and years ago. So this is a basic query, or this is a basic, you can say, a curiosity in anyone's mind. It may happen. Okay, it may come in my mind also, it may comes to your mind also. So basically Rashida's question was, how could anyone know what had happened so many years ago? So basically the answer may be, there are various ways by which the people can come to know about the past. Okay, can know about the past. So number one is the remains left by the early men in the form of tools, weapons, pottery, jewelry, etc. So this is number one. Number two, after men had learned the art of writing. So when the men started getting civilized, they learned how to write. Okay, so they what they did, learned the art of writing. He wrote on leaves, bark of trees, and even on hard material. What we called just now, we did one difference, right, between the inscription and the manuscripts. So these are basically the proofs, okay, from where we come to know about the deeds or happenings which had happened many years ago. So after man had learned the art of writing, he wrote on leaves, bark of trees, and even on hard material. So we have been able to read the script of these people in many cases. So this is all about the Rashida's question, and this is probably the correct answer. Okay, so moving on to the fourth question. Make a list of all objects that the archaeologist may find. Which of these could be made of stones? So archaeologists are the historians, or the experts, you can say, who actually study on the remains of buildings, stones. Okay, so the answer is, the archaeologists study the remains of buildings made of stone and bricks, paintings and sculpture. They also dig in under the surface of the earth to find tools, weapons, pots, pans, ornaments and coins. So out of the items mentioned, the following can be made of stone. The remains of buildings earlier are actually in earlier time, the buildings in which the people used to live were actually made from stone. Okay, stone, bricks. Okay, so the remains of buildings is one which is made up of stone. Then next is sculpture. Sculpture is the craftsmanship, or you can say the crafting, which were done in the stones. Okay, in the stones, in the big rocks. Okay, means it may be some pictures of saints or some animals. Okay, so these are known as sculpture. And last is tools and weapons, etc. So tools and weapons might be the things which the early men Okay, uncivilized people used to use, or some basic things which they used in their day-to-day life. So these are tools and weapons. So this is all about question number 4. So moving on to the 5th question. Why do you think ordinary men and women did not generally keep records of what they did? So ordinary men and women did not keep a record of what they did because they were unaware of art of writing. So basically what happens, earlier uncivilized people were not known to the fact of writing, okay, how to write. They were not concerned about the fact, so they don't know how to write. So, and mostly, next, moving on to the next sentence, mostly literary works were written in Sanskrit, which was not known to the common people. So what happens, in fact, we also now in modern day also there are many people, maximum people don't know how to write or how to talk in Sanskrit, right? So, basically what happens, in earlier times, ordinary people were completely unknown to the Sanskrit language or writings, okay. So, and what happened earlier, all the literary works, all the writings were written in Sanskrit language only. So the common people were completely new to this fact, okay. They were completely unknown to Sanskrit language, so they did not consider their simple lives of such importance that it had to be recorded. So they don't think that whatever they do in their day-to-day life is important to record, okay. They take it easily. They did not find it significant to keep records of their daily life happenings. So it's not important for them to keep records of their daily happenings, okay. Also, hiring a person to keep a record of one's daily life events would have been expensive. Now look, it would be difficult for them, for an ordinary person, right, to keep someone expert who know how to write in Sanskrit. They need to bear the expenditure, they need to give them fees, right? So it would be difficult for them to hire a person to keep the records of their own lives. So they didn't keep any records of their lives, okay. The ordinary men and women did not keep any records of what they did, okay. So moving into the last question, describe at least 2 ways in which you think the lives of kings would have been different from those of farmers. So how the lifestyle vary from the kings, okay, to the farmers, okay, how their lifestyle completely vary from one another, we need to know. So answer is, the king led a luxurious life. He made all the decisions for the society and looked after their welfare. They led the armies in war. So king's lifestyle is completely luxurious, right? They lived in palaces, and they prepared the soldiers for fighting in the battles, okay. The farmers on the other hand worked very hard to grow crops for the people. They led an ordinary life where he could barely fulfill his needs. The ordinary people are the farmers, okay. So they worked for growing crops for the ordinary people. They led an ordinary life where he could barely fulfill his needs. So whatever needs they could fulfill all their needs. So this is all about the question and answer of your chapter 1 history. That's all. Thank you.